The time?
The time is 7:09.
One more. Okay, we're gonna go back into open session. First thing under open session is a consideration to approve the employment of new professional staff. Madrones.
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees consider to approve the employment of new professional staff as discussed and closed.
And we have how many?
Professionals, we have two.
And that's a recommendation.
That is my recommendation, sir.
We have a motion by Mr. Espinosa.
Second.
Questions, concerns?
Ms. Briones, can the budget sustain these hires?
Yes, sir.
More questions? Not on favor? Samantha?
Right.
5-0. Okay. B, consideration to approve the employments of new at will staff. We have some.
Yes, sir. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the employment of new and at-will staff for the 25-26 school year as discussed and closed.
We have a motion. Me. Mr. Espinosa, wait a second. I'll second it.
Yeah, the substitutes.
Okay,
I'll second.
I'll second. Unless you, was you second, sir?
Yeah, he's.
Questions, concerns? Not in favor? Okay, 5-0. That's all we have under.
Correct.
Okay, we're moving on to item 7, consent action items. Consider to approve the minutes of the board meetings held on
On page 13.
Okay, consider to approve the minutes of June 4th, June 9th, June 20, and June 23rd. A lot of them were, except for one, were special meetings. November 9th was a regular meeting. You want us to vote all together or one?
I was absent on one, so I came.
I was not here on the 20th, so I was gonna.
Questions? Were you here, Mr. Mata, on those meetings? It's okay, do I have a motion?
I was absent one.
Okay,
I motion.
motion by, Mr. Martinez, second. I'll second it. All in favor?
It's not gonna pass.
Voted?
Cruz did.
Okay, motion, against? Abstain?
I can't vote because I didn't go.
Vote me. You read them at home.
Monday?
You read them at home.
I'm very sick.
For one.
4-1.
4-0. ISD.
I mean, one abstention, so. Okay, we're gonna go to consider the The minutes.
You did the minutes, the monthly bills.
Okay, look there. The yeah, bills, we have them.
On page 23.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is consider to approve the monthly bills for June 2025. We're just approving those on it. Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
I motion it.
Motion by Mr. Espinosa, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Houston. Questions, concerns? All in favor? 5-0. Okay. Action item, discussion action to award the main depository. So we're gonna move to. Okay, discussion and consideration to approve the resolution regarding extracurricular status of 4-H organizations and junction faculty agreement for the 2005-2006 school year. Ms. Leones.
Beginning on page 52, you have the notice from the Extension Center and the resolution. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution regarding extracurricular status of Crystal City 4-H organization and approve the adjunct faculty agreement.
Do I have a
Faculty
motion?
agreement is an annual.
Do we have a motion?
I motion.
Motion by Mr. Espinosa, second.
I second.
Second by Mr. Martinez. Questions, concerns? All in favor?
Yes, I have a question, Miss.
Yes, sir.
Miss, does the district provide any funding for these extracurricular, I mean, to support them in any way?
Yes.
Not on favor? Motion carries. Discussion, consideration to approve resolution for Crystal City ISD to join and
Oh,
participate.
I joined them together.
The
I joined them together. They're joined together in the,
other one?
on page 52. I mean, you can take them separate if you want.
Which one will be next?
See?
That's the
They're paired together. The resolution and the adjunct faculty request are paired together in the same section. So we can just take a vote on it as well.
page four.
On page 56,
So we need another motion for that?
yes.
Okay, can you make a recommendation?
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the status of Crystal City 4-H organization, and, so this is the second part, and approve the adjunct faculty agreement, which you did, that's what I'm saying, is you did both
Okay,
in one item.
so,
But we still need to have a motion because it's listed as two
Motion.
separate ones.
by Houston,
Second.
Mosa, second, questions, concerns?
Miss, as adjunct faculty, how do the campuses include them into different programs throughout?
It depends, Mr. Martinez, sometimes they'll come and they'll join their faculty meetings or their staff meetings to present and recruit.
Does the AgriLife, do they have any existing programs that they do with the district? I know that they will provide, I mean, TEKS-related programs, presentations. They have programs that can assist with science classes. They'll pay for gardens, they'll pay for raised box top gardens to place in the campuses and assist the students and take care of them. Does the district right now utilize those services from them?
So as soon as the board approves the agreement, then they present to us and then present to the principals, and then we start having that conversation.
So, I need a roll. 5-0. Consider to approve the agreement of the agreement with the juvenile board of Zavala County
D,
for the.
D,
the-
page 60.
Discussion, consideration to approve resolution, Crystal City ISD to join, participate in the Texas 20 Emergency Cooperative Education Service Center, Region 20, and authorize the superintendent to execute such document and matters thereto. Recommendation.
Typically, this would be an annual renewal, but this recommendation is specifically for the child nutrition program, as we are taking it on ourselves district-wide. So the recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution for Crystal City ISD to join and participate in the Texas 20 Purchasing Cooperative through the Education Center, and authorizing the superintendent to execute such documents and matters thereto. Again, this is for our child nutrition program, and this is an ongoing, an annual renewal.
The motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Espinosa, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Easton. Questions, concerns? Not all in favor? Motion passes. We're on 65 now.
Yes, sir.
To approve the agreement with the juvenile board of Zavala County for the services of the campus juvenile probation officer.
Again, this is an annual renewal. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement between Crystal City ISD and the Juvenile Board of Zavala County for the services of campus juvenile probation officer for the 25-26 school year.
And our charge is how much?
I believe we paid 10,000,
It's on page
I believe.
99.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Is that 9? It's on page 66. It says 9,500.
Yeah.
And they come to the school district, they send somebody or?
We do have, Chief, an officer assigned to the district. I know that as per Ms. Carlos's conversation with the juvenile probation officers, we'll have new representation possibly this year, their presence at the campuses.
Yeah, they do go. It's a hit and miss, to be really honest with you, but they do go, and they're a real good resource when they're present. But they are a good resource for us. They're a good resource for the students. They are present. They're, so it does work out for us.
Many days out of the week do they go?
They go maybe, like I said, hit and miss, 2 days out of the week.
Do they need them, if the school district needs them?
But if we need them, we call them, they're gonna be right there. If we need them, the majority of the times they spend it on court and doing other paperwork and transporting and stuff like that, so.
And I mean, the recommendation was to,
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement for campus juvenile probation officer for the fiscal year 25-26.
get a motion.
Motion.
I'll second.
Second.
Sammy Houston, second it. Questions, concerns?
Is this a state or federal requirement or anything that we have?
I'm sorry?
Is there a state requirement or, education?
It's not a requirement, it's just a recommendation.
What is this part where it says as required by the education code, 37-013?
That we work in conjunction, yes. That we hire them 100%, no. So we pay just a fraction of them so that we can enter into a memo of understanding. The requirement is the working in collaboration with.
Do I have a motion to approve it?
Yes, Gabriel and Sammy second.
Need a vote? 5-0. Action item to, discussion action item to adopt the addition, deletion, or replacement of local, policy or has be localized update on 25 instruction. I'm not gonna go over them, your recommendation.
Correct. So you've had these policies already for a little bit of time. These policies are being presented to you on second and final reading. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees adopt and rescind policy statements according to the instructional sheet for TASB Policy Update 125 affecting local policies, BDA local, BDB local, BDF local, EI local, FDE local, and FEC local.
Motion,
I motion.
to Madam Espinoza, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Martinez. Questions, concerns? Not all in favor? Let me get some more. Motion passes. Discussion action to ISD federal grant policies and administrative procedural manual.
You should have received the manual that Sammy has. It's a thick spiral. You should have received it as part of your board packet. The recommendation, and this is a requirement that we have from USDE, is that the Board of Trustees approve the Crystal City ISD federal grant policies and administrative procedures manuals. For questions, I will ask Mrs. Sarah Garcia to come up.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sarah.
The federal grant policies and administrative procedures manual needs to be approved tonight. It is a mandate by the code, Title II Code of Federal Regulations. There have been a couple of changes that the federal government made. And if you'll turn to page 152 of that manual, you'll see the changes that are in box. One of the changes is the equipment threshold raised to 10K, 10,000. Review equipment threshold and determine if your district wants to increase from 5,000 to 10,000, which is our recommendation for federally funded equipment. Another one that you'll see, the other ones that you'll see are highlighted in red.
I don't think we have 152,
Yeah.
unless it's the employee standards of conduct.
You see, they're
Goes up to 149, then it goes to the
keep going
appendix.
to the next page.
Standards.
It should follow that section. It should follow the policies that are in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you had some.
The appendices had to be inserted and it was kind of tricky to put page numbers. So on page 152, you will see two CFR 200.320A2I. It gives us flexibility for determining the number of adequate quotes. The revisions include the recipient or subrecipient may exercise judgment in determining what number is adequate. That's highlighted in red. The next one, revisions to sealed bids. Changes include in the red font. 1, bids are publicly solicited through an invitation. 2, 2 or more responsible bidders have been identified. And then 3, for sealed bids only, the district must document and provide a justification for all bids that are rejected. And then the next one is the geographic preferences are no longer prohibited under procurement rules. Changes include in red font, should to the greatest extent practicable and consistent with law, purchase, acquire, and or use products and services that can be reused, refurbished, or recycled, contain recycled content, are bio-based or are energy and water efficient and are sustainable. And in the back pages, you'll see on conflict of interest now includes board members. We had to add board members too. A conflict of interest arises when any of the following has a financial or other interest in the firm selected for award. We did have to add board member in there. And then on the next one, adds veteran-owned businesses to small minority women-owned businesses priority for federal contracts. The revision includes, when possible, should consider small businesses, minority businesses, women's businesses, veteran-owned businesses, and labor surplus area firms. And then the next change that you will see is on page 154. Mandatory disclosures required to report when there is credible evidence. As revised, the equipment now reads that an applicant of a federal award must promptly disclose whenever it has credible evidence of a commission of a violation of federal criminal law involving fraud, conflict of interest, bribery, or gratuity violations under the False Claims Act. And then on the last page, you'll see at the bottom of page 154, grantees can now use federal funds to support dependent care services cost at a conference. The one is temporary dependent cost, care cost above and beyond regular dependent care are allowable if travel is a direct result of the individual's travel to a conference for the federal award. Travel is consistent with the district's established written policy for all travel and only temporary during the travel period. And the last revision that was made is under required certifications. It adds the requirements for districts to certify to the funding agency whenever applying for federal grant funds, requesting payment and submitting reports. The following quote, I certify to the best of my knowledge and belief that the information provided herein is true, complete, and accurate. I am aware that the provisions of false, gratuitous, and or fraudulent information or the omission of any material fact may subject me to criminal, civil, or administrative consequences, including but not limited to violations of the U.S. Code, Title 18, Sections 2, 1001, 1343, and Title 31, Sections 3729-3730, and 3801-3812. Those are the new revisions to this federal grant policies and administrative procedures manual.
Is this something new we have to read every year?
It's been in place since 2015. And it has to be, it's supposed to be revised, and in October there were revisions made. So we have to take it before our school board to have it approved.
And this is for all federal grants, like Title I, Title II, all those?
Correct.
And is it, I'm sorry,
No.
is it approved annually or only as federal changes are made?
I think only as federal changes are made. Every year we should be revising it, just bringing it before the board just for information, just for updates, but it has to be approved anytime there are federal changes made to the manual.
Yes, there's a section in here that speaks to supplement, not supplant, section 10. How much funding does the district, I guess, budget for the federal programs per year of our funds?
As far as the federal grants, it's whatever the federal government is going to give us or potentially award us. We apply for the grant and they award us the money, and it's all based on what we put in the grant as far as what we're going to put in payroll, what we're going to put in contracted services, and then supplies and materials and miscellaneous.
So the district isn't required to budget a certain amount of general fund dollars to fund those programs versus,
Not general fund?
yeah, or any, I mean, outside of the federal funds? Because the way I understand supplement, not supplant, is to support these programs, not fully fund and not, you know,
Because the federal grants are supposed to supplement. We cannot legally, we cannot pay for anything that is legally mandated by the state or federal government or local government. All we can do is we come in when we need the extra.
okay.
So let's say, Vince, for example, fifth grade, we have 2 reading teachers, but we have a year where we have more students enrolled in a class than we typically have. And the enrollment requires that we hire an extra teacher. Well, we're required to have the 2 by numbers, but under title or under federal grants, we can pick up a supplemental teacher. And yes, we can fully fund that position at 100%, because we're already meeting the requirement down here.
Is that your report?
Excuse me?
Is that all on your report? More questions? If not, I need a motion
Motion.
motion by Mr. Espinosa, second by Houston, concerning questions. Not all in favor? 5-0. Motion passes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next thing on the agenda, discussion action to approve the appraisers and timelines under TS appraisal evaluation system for the 25-26 year.
On page 101, you see the, upon approval, the T-Test district appraisal calendar that will go, that will be forwarded to teachers. This is an annual renewal. On page 101, in that middle section of the memo, you see those dates in red. Those are all dates that we are prohibited from conducting observations, so that's just an ongoing notice. On page 103, at the bottom of the page, if you recall from last year's and the years prior, we typically tier teachers as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We are currently participating with Lead Forward on a data series conference workshop. And so they are referring to campuses as data archetypes. We have sat through the initial meeting. We have one coming up. And so what I did for TEACHUS purposes is that I'm using their language so that we can have alignment in our work. And so for campuses that have performance, and this is on STAR, where performance and growth are on target, or they have an A or B rating, we are requiring only a minimum of 5 documented T-test walkthroughs and a formal observation. And of course, everything has to be uploaded into DMAC. For campuses that whose STAR performance is on target, but growth needs support, but they still have an A or a B rating, the requirement is still the same. The requirement hasn't changed. A minimum of 7 documented T-test walkthroughs, a formal observation must be conducted, and of course, everything into DMAC. For campuses that are rated a C, a D, or an F, whose performance needs support, but their growth is on target, we are requiring a minimum of 10 documented T-test walkthroughs per teacher. HR and campus administrators will conduct 50% of their walkthroughs in collaboration until calibration is achieved, and we typically, the first marking period is typically when we work on this. For campuses that are rated a C, D, or F rating, the recommendation is that obviously STAR performance needs support, but growth also needs support. Then the requirement continues to be the same, a minimum of 15 documented T-test walkthroughs per teacher. However, I am adding an informal evaluation in the fall of 2025 and a formal evaluation in the spring of 2026, all of which has to be conducted as appropriate. On page 104, you will see that I have also added that the DCSI, the District Coordinator of School Improvement, conduct the beginning of the year T-test orientation during the August professional development. And the DCSI, along with the campus administrators, will also conduct 50% of all the walkthroughs throughout the duration of the first marking period in collaboration until calibration is achieved. The DCSI will also be conducting bi-monthly data debriefs to monitor both performance and progress, and the CNI will conduct monthly POCs, ensuring the alignment and effective implementation of the school's curriculum and instructional practices. Then on page 105, again, this is just a renewal of the calendar of what needs to happen in terms of T-tests for the 25-26 school year. And then on page 109, you will find the administrators that are certified to conduct T-test evaluations. We have campus administrators and assistant principals or academic deans on the top chart. I will ask you that we add the assistant principal that you all considered earlier so that I can update this chart.
There's two assistant principals that need to.
Yes,
Move in their new assignments,
correct.
so that we can approve it with those. that
So,
are reassigned.
let me see. So Erica Morales, assistant principal at LDZ's, at DTR/LDZ. And then Juan Mendoza he's not here because you all just picked him up today. Juan Mendoza at Fly Junior High.
And Benito Juarez.
And at Benito Juarez, we have a reassignment of Mr. Robert Alvarado. That did not make this chart because we had already
So,
sent out the notice.
Approving
Correct, you'll approve it as discussed.
justice.
And then on that same chart, you'll see second appraisers. And so for second appraisers purposes, we only have Sarah Garcia. So I'll update the chart and send you the updated version of this.
We have a motion to approve.
Motion?
Motion by Mr. Espinosa, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Martinez. Questions, concerns?
Miss, these performance and growth, these I guess the walkthroughs and everything, they're based off of the like 23 year, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25 year, the ratings
They're based on 24, 25.
prior year? Okay. Now, the minimum number of the walkthroughs, does it coincide with if we're gonna apply for TIA, for the TIA? Does it meet those same requirements?
These walkthroughs are
Dependent.
in relative to TIA. TIA has minimum of 5 walkthroughs. These are for contract consideration for 26, 27.
I just want to make a comment. As far as what's going on, I don't fully agree with the reassignment. I just want to make that public.
Noted?
For the record. Okay, did we make? Yeah.
Yes, you have a,
I need a vote, on approving,
the recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the T-test appraiser and appraisal calendar for 25, 26. You have a first, you have a second.
in favor?
What is this one for, today?
Yeah,
Which one's this one? What letter is it?
H.
H.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
no?
he said yes. He said yes.
Oh,
5-0.
or 5-0. Next one is the, discussion action to approve the superintendent's constraints. One is,
So the superintendent constraints are part of the Lone Star governance process. Ms. McAnally and I, and along with the support from Service Center, including TA, have gone back and forth on these constraints. So just like the board has had their board constraints approved, If you recall from the last time that we met with Ms. McAnally, I had to develop superintendent constraints. So what we have are 5 constraints on page 111 and 112. So superintendent constraint number 1, the superintendent shall not allow administrators and/or educators to be without content or pedagogy focused professional development as aligned to their professional position. That is the first constraint. And then we have progress measures. We have 2. The number of teachers completing 60 hours of content or pedagogy professional development will increase from 80% in May 2025 to 100% in 2030. And so you see that our baseline is 75%. And then I have established a 5-year timeframe for the completion of that CPM. For CPM number 1.2, the number of teachers in the 2 lowest requiring, that should have performance levels in TTIS, requiring a personalized professional development plan will decrease from 30% in May 2025 to 0 in May 2030. Again, our baseline is 40%, and you see the breakdown of the 5 years leading up to May 2029, 2030 to 0%. Then we have superintendent constraint number 2. The superintendent shall not allow teachers in the bottom 2 performance levels of TTES to serve in low-performing campuses. So if teachers are, after the evaluation process, if they are rated as developing or needs improvement, they cannot, this is what I'm proposing to the board, they cannot work at a campus that is rated a D or an F. So our first progress measure, reading lesson plans with a 90% focus on phonics instruction and targeted vocabulary as evidenced by as evidenced by lesson plan audits, increase from 50% in May 2025 to 90% by May 2030. And you see the breakdown of the 5 years. CPM number 2.2, implementation of math lessons with 80% of differentiated instruction as evidenced by curriculum-based assessments will increase from 40% in May 2025 to 100% by May 2030. And you see the breakdown as well. CPM 2.3, general and special education teachers co-teaching or co-planning to promote inclusion in the mainstream classroom as measured by TTES will increase from 0% in May 2025 to 70% by May 2030. And you see our baseline and where we plan to be at the end of every academic school year. For superintendent constraint number 3, the superintendent shall allow administrators in the bottom 2 performance levels of TPES to serve in low-performing campuses rated D or F. Our first progress measure, the number of administrators performing at proficient level or above on TPES will increase from 80% on May 2025 to 100% by May 2030. And you see our timeline. We only have 1 progress measure for that constraint. Superintendent constraint number 4, the superintendent shall not allow the frequency of classroom walkthroughs and the coaching feedback cycles to decrease. We have our first CPM 4.1, appraisers engaged in the coaching feedback cycle according to district appraisal calendar will increase from 30% in May 2025 to 100% in May 2030 as measured by the post-observation conference. And you see our baseline and our breakdown throughout the years. For superintendent constraint number 5, the superintendent shall not allow an unacceptable financial standing according to first rating. We have 3 CPMs. CPM number 5.1, the superintendent will reduce the cost of a maintenance tax note from 1.4 million in July 2025 to 0 in August of 2030. Our baseline is 1.4, and you see the breakdown of our note up to May 29, 2030. For CPM number 5.2, the superintendent will reduce the amount due to debt service from 2.7 million in June 2025 to 0 by May 2030. You see our baseline is a 2.7, and our payout or pay in to debt service throughout the breakdown of the years. For CPM 5.3, The superintendent will increase the amount due to the general fund balance from 0 in June 2025 to 2 million by May 2030. You see our baseline and the breakdown of the years. So before we take any discussion, Linda, do you have any discussion points for the superintendent constraints?
Can you unmute her?
Can you make them big?
Linda, you're muted. Linda?
Yeah, you're good. Yes, ma'am.
I haven't heard.
Questions? No, that's.
Okay,
So I have some questions, sir. When it comes to the, I guess, CPM one, the constraint number one, how do you intend to get the teachers or administrators for, to professional development? Is it going to be localized professional development, or do you intend to be able to send them to conferences, to higher performing districts, to learn from other teachers, to learn from other administrators? Or are we just going to bring individuals to the
It
campus?
depends, it depends. So we offer local PD, and then obviously we bring PD to the district. It's more cost effective if we bring consultants to the district to train here. We should meet the 60-hour requirement by the time that we're done with the school year. If there's a specific need that a campus has, especially if it's a campus that is a D or an F, where we need to send groups of teachers or content area teachers to a state conference or a, regional conference, then obviously we can do that as well. But yes, it's a combination.
And just the constraint number 5, having to do with the financials. We know that the CPM 5.1 is going to be paid back, this original loan's going to be paid back in 6 months by March. This is implying that we're going to have to take continuous loans for the next 5 years?
No, sir. So we went back and forth, Linda and I went back and forth on this CPM. The agency would not allow us not to, because I had originally submitted, our baseline is 2025 and we're gonna pay it off by 2026. So I had only done the first two. I had only filled the first 2 cells. Agency wants us to design it as a 5-year plan because your board goals are over a 5-year period. My superintendent goals are also over a 5-year period. And so they want to see the 5 years planned out. However, if obviously our intention is to pay off the loan by February of 2026, once that is met, we're done with the CPM. No, it does not mean that we have a perpetual loan going forward.
As far as debt service, the same thing. I know we haven't addressed the debt service through budget items yet, but that's going to continuously drop throughout the years.
okay, your recommendation?
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees consider taking action to approve the superintendent constraints and constraint progress measures, or CPMs, for the 25-26 school year to the 2029-2030 school year.
Do you have a motion?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Espinosa, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Easton. Questions, concerns? All in favor? 5-0. Okay, next action item, discussion action to approve opening a new, professional position for a chief financial officer, Mr. Hernandez.
Jay? Do you have Jay?
There's,
Jay?
I have Jay on the agenda, but there isn't anything.
No, but we still have, it's on the agenda, so we have to address it.
It's not here.
It's not in the packet. So we're gonna, no action. We'll move it to the 28th. So if you want me to just,
Under J,
the recommendation
Yeah.
recommendation for item J is that the board take no action on this one, as we're going to move it to July 28th, when the board considers board operating procedures and the self-evaluation.
that's when, she's gonna be here. in
Ms.
person.
McAnally will be here in person, yes, sir. So no action on J. That
That's
is the
gonna be,
recommendation.
July what?
28th at 5 PM.
At 5 p.m. Okay. We're not gonna take any action on that, so we don't have to vote on that one. Then we go again to, discussion action to approve opening a new, professional position for the, chief financial officer, Mr. Hernandez.
The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve opening a new professional position for a chief financial officer, which we have not had in a significant period of time. So we are asking that we open the position for consideration.
We have a motion for that. Motion by Mr. Espinosa. Do we have a second? I'll second it. Did you second it, Cruz?
Can I?
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second, questions, concerns?
So my question, I'll go ahead, sir.
Sorry, but what is Ms. Mirna's title here?
She's our business manager. So at this moment, because now we're moving into resolving the financial constraints that we've had, we need a broader lens to look at how are we going to maintain financial discipline as we go through the financial, as we close out the financial constraints. So right now,
Because we have Ms. Mirna, we have Mr. Velasquez, and then we have Tijerina. We have like three different,
Tejerina's a financial advisor. It's a
We
different,
don't have to pay him.
Yeah, we
different
don't-
financial people already. And now we're getting a financial officer.
we're trying to get away from consultants, because consultants are very expensive. So if we have a full-time position, it is more cost-effective for the district. So we'll remove or release consultants from our payroll so that we can have the position.
I remember Mr. Tijerina said that we will not pay him anything unless, we're gonna do like
A bond or something like that.
Or this or that. So
Thank you.
we don't have to be paying money, to him for that.
I guess my only question is, in the start of all the financial issues that we've been facing, I mean, I've asked you if we have the team in place. I've asked you personally in meetings that if we've had the team in place to move forward through all these financial issues, and your answer was always yes. You know, what's changed now that,
Nothing has changed. We've always maintained a CFO. So at the beginning of this year, we had Mr. Solomon as a CFO. Right now, we have Mr. Velasquez as a CFO. So nothing is going to change. The only thing that changes is how the district operates under the CFO. So do we want to have a consulting CFO, or do we want to have a full-time CFO? For the district, it's more cost-effective to have a full-time CFO.
can the district support the CFO, the budget?
Mr. Velasquez and I met earlier today to see if we could, and yes, we can.
The consultants that we were hiring, when we started doing all this, they were costing us a lot more, than we would, if we would hire our own for this year. And I think we would be saving some money than having to be dealing with them. And the other thing is the consultants that we had in the past, really, I mean, didn't do anything for the district, and they got good money. And the person that the grants might recommend is a person that really has helped us in all this versus the consultants that we were hiring.
Yes, Miss, are you going through any like hiring services? Are you using TASB or anything, their executive services search?
Every single, well, for this position, for this specific position, we'll have to go we'll have to go through Region 20, we'll have to go to TASB to make sure that we find the right fit for the district.
And if they've already opened the position and Mr. Espinosa already expressed that you have somebody in mind, I mean, how does that?
We have 10 days to advertise.
I didn't express that. I said the person that was helping us did a lot better. I'm not saying that's a person that we hired.
Okay, so we have 10 days. If the board grants us a position, we have 10 days to
You have to
post.
advertise
We
and
have to
then-
advertise, we have to interview, we have to find the right fit for the district. Because the district is in a very specific situation, and we need to make sure that the skill set of the CFO that we do hire, should you grant us a position, will match the demand that the district has right now.
And the other consultants, if they want to apply, they can apply too. Do I have a the motion and
You have a first, you have a
Cruz
second?
second it?
Yes.
Questions, concerns? Not, I need a vote. 1, 2, 3, 4 against. One against, motion passes, 4-1. Consideration to approve the MOU for a dual credit academic agreement between Crystal City ISD and South Ross State University, Ms. Briones.
Mr. Garza, at this moment, I will ask you to come to the podium, and thank you for your patience as we go through the agenda. This is Mr. Jorge Garza, Colorado State University, and he will be presenting a memo of understanding for dual credit academic agreement for the board's consideration. Mr. Garza.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, the board. Thank you, Superintendent Ms. Briones, for allowing us to be here. I appreciate your time. You do have the memo in front of you, and I don't want to bore you with the memo itself. I want to tell you why Saul Ross is important for this district as it is for the region. Like Superintendent Briones said, I am the Vice President of Saul Ross University International here in Pass. I work with Alpine. We are one university. We are just an instructional site for Saul Ross. I'm a proud alumni of Saul Ross University in Alpine, and I'm a proud alumni of Saul Ross University International. And I did get my doctorate at University of Texas, San Antonio. And I do see a colleague here that is also at University of Texas, San Antonio. Thank you for allowing us to be here. There's great things that are happening with Saul Ross University. This past legislature session, there was a motion and a bill passed, HB 122, that allows Saul Ross University International to actually teach freshmen and sophomores. We did not have that before. We would only teach a higher level, juniors and seniors, and of course graduate work. But this downward expansion has allowed us to open up a lot more things that we can offer the community. It is extremely important for this community to understand that starting fall of 2026, none of your students that want to go to Saul Ross University have to go anywhere else. They can be here with us, and they can take classes with us at Saul Ross University, because we are a four-year university that will allow students to actually get a bachelor's degree, which is extremely, extremely important. Now, after COVID, we have so many ways to deliver instruction. Of course, we have face-to-face, we have hybrid, we have online for graduate programs. So if the student continues with us at Saul Ross University, they can actually be at home here in Crystal City taking classes with us, that they don't actually have to travel to Alpine, they don't have to travel to Eagle Pass. There is different venues and different instructional abilities for our students to take classes, which is extremely important for this community because the next thing that I'm gonna say. Most of the students that go to our university, 95% of the students that go to your university have financial aid. And I'm sure your counselors, if there's any high school counselors here, understand what I'm gonna say next. If there's a household that has less than $80,000 combined to actually as income from that household, these students qualify for $14,000 financial aid. We only charge $7,000 for a full-time student, which is fantastic. That's about $7,000 the student can actually take in their pocket and take home.
Per semester or
For the whole year, sir.
whole year?
The whole year, a full-time student is 7,000 dues, 7,000, oh my goodness, $7,000. But most of our students get $14,000 financial aid if they qualify for everything. And I believe that a lot of households in this region do not get more than $80,000. I'm telling you right now that 95% of the students that go to San Was qualify for 14,000 students. The
Guys,
reason I'm-
what was those numbers? 80,000?
If they make less, if the household makes less than 80,000, they qualify for about $14,000, which is fantastic. And I'm sure your counselors know this because when they apply to FAFSA, they will tell the students exactly what I just said. The reason I'm bringing that up is because yes, sir.
You're talking grants versus loans.
Grants, it's all grants. It's free money. It's not loans. Thank you for bringing that up, sir. The reason I'm bringing that up is because we're here to approve a dual credit program, right? We have an excellent dual credit program that's already started in Eagle Pass. We also have it in Carrizo Springs, and we have it in different different districts throughout the Alpine area. But one of the things that I feel that is extremely important for this community is academics, early college academics. And one of them is going to be the teacher certification. And we have a plan here. Let me just show you an example of what I'm talking about here. Just pass me. Yeah. So when a student enrolls in the teacher certification, and this is the site that I would like for you guys to look at, which is the courses, okay? This is a plan that we have for Eagle Pass, but this is what is so exciting about this region, about this district, because if a cohort joins us, the student can go through 2 years or 4 years at high school. When they graduate, they will have 60 credit hours, leading towards a teacher certification. If they stay with us or they go anywhere else, they will only lack 2 more years to actually get fully certified as a teacher in elementary. So if the student joins us in this academy, the Teacher Student Academy, they will have an opportunity to actually get their certification by the time they're 20 years old. We already have it in Andrews School District, and we have it in Eagle Pass, and we're trying our best to actually get some cohorts from Crystal City to be in this kind of program. That's one. We also have the Business Academy, which is the same exact thing. That's 4 years. They take 60 credit hours, and they continue getting the certifications that we have for business. Now, if the student does not want to graduate with a bachelor's degree, we are going to encourage them strongly to make sure that they continue their bachelor's degree. It's extremely important for them to get a bachelor's degree. But if they don't want to, we have the ability to actually offer these students an associate's degree. Once they complete 60 credit hours, which is this plan right here, we can always come back and offer them an associate's degree, okay? The last academy that is extremely important is we are so excited. I know Eagle Pass is so excited about this new academy that we're talking about. It's the Nursing Academy. We have a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing that we're going to start in Eagle Pass this year. And that is extremely important because this community, all this region needs nurses. And it's not an RN, it's not a CNA, it's not an LVN. It's a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, which is extremely important. A lot of the hospitals around this area do want nurses, RNs to have their BSN because they are at that administrative level. So it's extremely important. What can we offer this district? Well, I have already mentioned, we can offer bachelor's degrees. We offer a high-quality education. We offer courses for your students that are relevant to their degree. They're not going to take any elective courses that mean nothing. Everything that the students are taking, for example, in this plan, you'll see in 11th grade and 12th grade, they're taking courses EDUA 2303 and 2301. There's 4 classes here that are connected to the degree. They're electives, but they're connected to the professional degree that the student's going to get. All the electives that they're taking are actually meaningful to the degree. Now, if the student, for example, wants to go to UTSA or wants to go to UT, well, they'll have the core already. They don't have to stay with us. We want them to stay with us, but if they don't have to stay with us because that student will be eligible to go to any other university because they're taking courses that university level. Now, I did bring my staff here. This is part of my staff that's here. They are the student services.
Just curious, what does PAP mean?
Which one, what are you looking
You're all over the PAP
at?
English.
Oh, yes, the PAP, those courses in red are actually the courses for the district. Those pre-AP classes, it's called pre-AP. Those courses depends on the district. The ones in black are our courses. Those are the ones that are actually dual credit. But when I was speaking to your Superintendent Briones, these courses are depending on what the district is offering. This is Eagle Pass and Carrizo Springs. It's up to the district to decide what courses the student needs to take. The ones that are important are the dual credit courses that connect to the actual courses that the student needs to take in high school, they connect with us, and they don't have to take the high school course. Did I answer that question?
Yes, sir.
So based on this thing, I mean.
I think Cruz had a question.
Oh,
I think he.
oh, Mr. Mata.
Are you,
What is the question again, sir?
Any statistic.
Any statistics.
Let me go
Yes,
past.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. This is the first year that we actually have courses of dual credit with Eagle Pass. So we have a lot of students that are passing the courses. I'm not sure if that's exactly what you're talking about, but this is 1 year that we've had with them. It's not like, we have not been there several years. It's only been 1 year that we've had the actual dual credit program in Eagle Pass. Now, let me say one more thing. You're right. Southwest Texas College, or Southwest Texas, has an agreement with the universities that you just mentioned. You also have an agreement with Salvador State University, and it's a 2+2 that actually come to us. It's the same thing. What we offer is a bachelor's degree. That's the process that we have for your students that are in dual credit. Once they graduate, they have the ability to go and stay with us, that will actually get them a bachelor's degree. Now, you're right, sir. Financial aid is all over. I mean, it's not just Salt Ross. You're right. Southwest Texas has the same thing. You offer the same thing. It's the same amount of money that you can get. It's no different than us. I'm just saying that because it's extremely important for this community to understand what I just said about financial aid.
Questions?
How much would this cost us?
Wait,
I had a quick question, Mr. Mata. So I had a quick question, Cruz.
Mr.
I had
Mata,
asked a question.
Sammy, and you come back.
How much would this cost us?
If you get a partnership with us, it would cost the district nothing. You will not be charged in any way, nothing. There is no cost for you to partner with us, for any student to take any classes with us, it's zero cost.
Okay.
Mr. Mata.
Right, no, you're right. You're right, CTE is not part of the Salt Rock State University, but we have the ability to actually give the student an associate's degree. Yes, sir. But CTE is completely separate. That's not, we don't have that ability. Yes, sir, we will. We're not here now, but of course we will be supportive to all the things that need to happen here at Crystal City, like we're doing it in Eagle Pass. And you're right, 50 credit hours, I'm not sure what that meant, sir, but the only reason I said, we're connecting any course that the student takes in dual credit in accordance to the degree that they're taking. Because I was a deputy superintendent in Del Rio, Texas, and I remember students taking all these courses that meant nothing. We are not going to do that. This university will connect a degree plan for the student, either in business, teaching, or nursing, BSN, that all the electives that they take are in conjunction with the degree that they're taking. Well, I disagree with that, sir. I disagree with several things that you said. We also offer the Lobo Promise, exactly what he just mentioned. If the student doesn't qualify for financial aid, We offer scholarships for them. If the student completes their degree at high school and they moved on to our university, we offer the Lobo Promise plus a financial aid. So we offer an assortment of scholarships that the student will not pay any funds. We will not take any of the Crystal City tax money. He asked me a question. We do not charge anything for you guys to take courses with us. But that's not the reason. The reason is that we have quality professors teaching your students. Yes, he can say things about Eagle Pass. I'm not sure exactly where he got that information. There is always things that we need to fix. I'm not going to say that there's not, but we have our staff that will go to the campuses, work with Mr. Camarillo, work with the superintendent, work with Mr. Cox, the deputy superintendent. You all don't know those names, but those are the people that we work with all the time. I'm not sure what he's talking about with confusion.
Let me ask you a question, sir. I mean, like here in Crystal City, we have Southwest Texas Junior College buildings. Where would your program, be established?
Right.
Or the kids have to travel? Or?
No, sir. If the student actually completes their 4 years here in the academy,
High school?
the delivery of instruction, I told you, is a little bit different than what it was before. We have hybrid. We have where the student can take the class at home. They don't have to travel to Eagle Pass. Now, the professors that we will provide for you, if there is not a qualified professor at your high school, is adjunct professors, is what Southwest Texas does the same thing. We will provide those professors.
How sure are you that we're gonna get grants? Because from what I keep hearing from this administration in Washington, grants are gonna go, and it's gonna be harder for students. I mean, I know you're putting a smile on your face, but I wanna make sure that you've read what's coming, make sure our students get the grants. I don't want him to go 1 year and then he's all there, and then because of the administrator in Washington, all of a sudden, there's no grants. How is he gonna continue? I just wanna make it's guaranteed to have a grant every year.
But that's sort of a government issue, isn't it?
I wish I could answer that question, sir. And if I could predict the future, I would not be here. I would be.
Well, see, you're not sure about it. You're saying
But
that they're gonna get a grant every year, and I'm saying, be very careful and read what you're saying, because I love to read. And I'm noticing Pell Grants and everything are gonna be hurt by the administration that is in current place. So my thing is, we get a freshman student from Crystal City, we offer him a grant, and then that guy finishes what he has to do, and all of a sudden, that student is sophomore year, does not have a grant. And you'll keep him hanging without any money.
But can I just answer that? So we do provide something called global scholarships, which means that we offer some scholarships for the student. If you read that MOU, there is a sentence there that's actually telling this district why you don't have to pay us any money, which is a scholarship that's offered to the district or the student so that they don't have to pay.
I wouldn't be comfortable until Mr. Washington says this.
Mr. Martinez?
Is that 80,000, the income ceiling? Is it kind of like, I've seen that other district or other universities, they say if the local or the home income is 150,000, they automatically get free tuition and fees, right? I mean, I think UTSA has it. I've seen that Rice has the same thing. I think it goes up to 150,000 at Rice. Some of the other districts, is it kind of the same thing like that, or is it an actual grant other than?
No, he's right. It's a financial aid grant that comes from the federal government, but it also has a Texas grant, Texas Pell Grant that's involved with this money that I'm talking about. 14,000 students, if the student qualifies for everything. I will be honest, sir.
Mr. Mata, let him finish.
I don't exactly know the $150,000 that you're talking about, sir. I apologize.
No, there's just some other universities that have that income ceiling to, and then offer free tuition and offer different things. Not room and board, I don't think it's included, but I think those are funded by other outside sources.
Yeah, like
Not federally.
endowments.
Yes,
Probably
endowments.
endowments, yes, sir. We do have some we're starting endowments, and we're not there yet, but we're starting endowments with Southwest University International.
Samantha?
Well, we offer the same thing. Can I just
Martinez?
comment on that?
Well, let him comment on Mr.
Well, mine was a separate comment, mine was a separate question in general.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, we offer the same thing. I know I've said it again, but I'm gonna repeat it. We offer a global promise the student can qualify for, and we will pay for their tuition.
Martinez?
You said that there would be no cost to the district, right? And on this plan here, you're stating that the red are classes taken at the school district, right? So I guess if we would to do something like this, we would be required to pay stipends to dual credit teachers, or what would be the requirements for the district to meet these as dual credit? Or
Well, I don't have that.
Yeah, that's a question for us. So yes, Mr. Martinez, you are correct. So as we expand the dual program, then, and if the board approves the stipend, then yes, it increases the potential for the stipend.
and for the teachers to be qualified, would it be the same as just
It's
having a
exactly the
master's?
same thing as what you currently have.
So any teacher that has a master's degree would be able to teach that?
Masters with 18 credit hours, yes, sir. And it would be an adjunct professor. Yes,
Would Sol Ross be able to supplement any of those funds to the district?
for the professors.
If they,
I'll be completely honest, that would probably not happen. Because we're not charging any tuition at all.
Mr. Jonas, were you ready?
How much is it?
And I'll respond to that. Once again, we do not charge the district any money.
Sounds good.
Mr. Garza, what are some of, I know that as you began your presentation, you mentioned that this was your first year and that you did not have statistics or data to support whether or not this implementation is successful or has been successful. But what are some of the operational concerns that you all have, because it's first year, so you go through the bumps and the bruises. So what are some of the common implications that this has?
One of the things that I forgot to tell you, we have some statistics from Andrews ISD, which is above Odessa. There have been some teachers, there have been some students that have graduated with a certification in education. We do have that data. Yes, one of the biggest things that happened to us was the professors that were at the high school wanted to more input in creating the curriculum that the university was creating. So we came back together and we had this meeting with the curriculum deputy superintendent, and we discussed the actual conversations to make sure that the professors of the high school, adjunct professors, had input in creating the class. Because sometimes when you go to a university, higher education, some professors are very, very limited in changing whatever course they have created. So that was one of the biggest ones, but I can assure you that that's not gonna happen anymore. You will have all our deans for math, for science, for nursing, even our provosts come and meet with your staff to make sure that we create whatever is necessary to deliver that instruction. Yes, that's one thing I missed. We will come as a team to actually meet with your parents, meet with your staff, and I'm not just talking me, because when this happens, when this MOU is approved, the next step is our provost. which is the one in charge of academics.
I have a question, besides, Eagle Pass, which other school district are you working with?
Carrizo Springs.
Visual.
Carrizo Springs, we have it right now. We have a high school in Del Rio. It's called the Heritage Charter School. We have that. I'm working with Brackett also to try to connect them. And I can't mention the other one because we're not there yet. But it's another big district that's around this area.
Verones?
Yes, sir, it's the same thing that you have over there. And let me tell you one thing that we do provide. We do provide boot camps, but we also provide something called College Connect. Let me give you an example of that. What happens is if a student is taking a course, and TSI is only for English and math, okay? If the student is taking a English class and they have not passed TSI, we come in and offer the course on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we offer this prep class. If the student passes the class, they are already TSI certified. In other words, TSI qualified. They don't have to come back and take TSI anymore. But it's a prep class that they take on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's called College Connect. But we also provide boot camps for your students. Right now, we're helping Eagle Pass with that same problem.
I was gonna ask.
Okay, that's not important. We've been discussing, so,
Just one, I promise.
1 minute.
No, because it's about our students. Are we gonna have a way that we keep track to make sure? No, this is for Mr. Jonas. If we're gonna have a way to keep track that we don't, that our students are not misguided or confused in that program? That we're looking at, I know it's a lot of hassle now because Crystal City's gonna have to do more, but I don't want our students to go in and don't have anybody to turn to if they're confused. Like Cruz said, the first year it was, I just don't want them to be confused, left out in the open, misguided, that we are making sure they're on the right track, because they're our students.
Correct. So if the board should enter into understanding with SOLRUS, yes, we would have to develop protocols and procedures so that there is no confusion, so that,
We keep,
the issue that Mr. Mata is presenting, are we taking the class for this, are we taking the class for that, that is alleviated, yes.
Can I comment about
One comment, 1 minute.
one, not a minute? We will come in and provide services for you, sir. This staff here is the Student Services Department. They are the ones that create a culture of care. But then we have the academics, that they will come and talk to your professors, your teachers, We will come and talk to your parents. We will come and talk to your students. You will have support from Colorado State University.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Reyes, are you ready to make a recommendation?
Based on and in lieu of some of the issues that Mr. Mata has presented, at this moment, Mr. Espinosa, I am not prepared to make a recommendation to approve the MOU for dual credit academic agreement between Crystal City ISD and Colorado State University. I would like more time to look into what potential discrepancies exist between either the college or the university. So
that's recommendation.
my recommendation is no action, sir.
Okay. Recommendation, no action. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Espinosa, second.
That's,
Yeah, it's a conflict of interest.
I think you can, I'll second it. Questions, concerns?
it's Miss, does the district have any, since we already offer, Southwest Texas Junior College, are there any non-competes or anything that the district has to not be able to enter into something like
No,
this?
there is no limitation. No, sir, there is no limitation. But before we engage, since there have been several concerns that have been raised, I would like,
Like rules, that's it.
well, but they're concerns that we have to look at.
It's a great opportunity for our kids, honestly.
Sure.
I mean,
Certain.
no cost to us. I don't understand the holdup, honestly. But, so I would like to make an alternate motion, actually.
Is not a motion made by Amy Cruz? Do we have a?
Sam Houston.
Houston, do we have a second?
Well, what's the second motion?
My motion is we go with the Soros. That sounds great.
He's,
The
making a
original,
motion.
the original motion.
Well, the original motion was no action.
Well, yes,
So
the action.
Well, there's a motion on the floor, but he's making an alternate.
no,
motion.
I know, but what's the motion though? Is it,
Take action for the MOU as written,
I
the
second,
original line.
I second.
Okay, so we have, motion by Sammy, second by Mr. Martinez. All in favor?
Is there
Zero.
discussion?
For,
Oh, this,
Discussion.
already
I think it's a,
Yeah, you already
So,
discussed it.
I just want to make a comment. I think,
Vote.
I just want to make a discussion,
No, 1 minute.
one comment. It's another opportunity for our students, and I think, I think we do have to check the cost, to the district and what it's going to be, whether our teachers offer it or it is going to be virtual, virtual teachers that are going to offer these students. But it's an opportunity that I don't think we can pass up. It's a next option for our kids.
And that's exactly what.
And-
Right, and so that's what we're saying, it's no action right now, but that doesn't mean no action, period. It's just, there's some things.
Oh, I understand, but I'm just saying
It
it,
doesn't mean we're saying no, we're gonna look further into it.
well, we're voting on,
So two in favor, we're going back to the,
Did you,
to the
2,
first.
4, and
Two,
and
two.
against? You're already on.
We already have a motion. So now on the,
Was it two against?
well, all in favor?
2 in favor?
and
To the study it more.
Okay. Okay,
now we're gonna go to the,
or 2.
First motion.
To the first motion.
all in favor,
To study it more.
Yes,
against? Oh,
It's
motion
moot.
doesn't pass.
motion is moot.
they're both the
Either,
same.
Yeah, it's moot, so it dies.
I mean, we can come back, the runners can meet with you, discuss what was said by all. And then we have 2 board members who are absent, that then come again and.
Yes, sir, of course. I'll be glad to come back. Thank you.
And so I'll call you and we'll ask you,
Yes, of course, we can always
some clarification in some areas, but thank you for your time. Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Mr.
For your time, sir.
Thank you.
Are you driving back to Alpine?
I'm actually.
Oh, okay, you passed.
You go back.
Not over, sir.
Yeah.
That's the one that I emailed you. Or I emailed you that one right there.
Okay,
We're ready?
we still have some things on the agenda. Mr. Matthew,
Mr. Moreno will present an update of the summer school 2025.
Yes.
Mr. Moreno?
Yes, ma'am. All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present the summer school. I believe you have a copy of the presentation in your board packet. So I know when we were talking about summer school, I just kind of wanted to talk about what the summer school program was, because there seemed to be a little bit of confusion. I know as parents were getting calls of the summer. But the purpose of our summer school program was as an acceleration program. So that means that our students were being accelerated to the next grade level and they were being prepared for the upcoming school year. So if they were a second grader, if they were a second grader last year, then they were in third grade summer school. So that's just kind of how our summer program went. One of the big key factors that I'm sure you'll hear would be attendance, but attendance cannot be made up during our summer school because our summer school was an acceleration program. It wasn't a remediation program. So we were getting ready for the next grade level, they were covering next year's grade level TEKS instead of this year's because we're getting them ready for next year. So if we want to go to the next, that one right there. So I know one of the questions was student counts. We have to remember that while our student counts were lower, we also did have less staff this year. So in kinder through third grade, you can see we had 7 students in kinder. First grade we had 8, and in second grade we had 10. But we only had 1 teacher for those grade levels. So there was only 1 classroom. It looks like a small group, but it's only 1 teacher. And we tried our best to keep it up to 10. But with attendance issues and at that time in the summer, we had to compete with Little League. We had to compete with Little League. Yeah, especially at the junior high level, we had to compete with Little League. And then the dance camp. We had to compete with dance camp and the cheer camp as well. Those were some big things that we had to deal with. And then in third grade we had 16. Fourth grade we had 15, and in fifth grade we had 10. Those we did have 2 teachers per grade level for a total of 74 students at Zavala for a total of 8 actual teachers. So we still averaged about 10 students per teachers on a good day. You know, of course, there were some days where you have your kids absent. Most of them made it through. I have an attendance sheet that shows me that every single day, and I can guarantee I can look to see at each of the grade levels, and I can see we didn't fall under 7 in any of those grade levels any single day. And then as we moved to Sterling, we did have 6th grade, 14 students, 7th grade, we had 15 students, and 8th grade, we had 21 students, which totaled about 50 kids. But here we only had 4 teachers. So we had 2 math and 2 reading. So they had to kind of share in multiples. We had some teachers teaching 7th and 8th, some teachers teaching 6th and 7th. So we did kind of, again here, we averaged about 10 students per class. We did have a Zern lab in there. Just to kind of help alleviate some of the classes as well. But we did have only 4 teachers for there, and I mean it worked. I mean the kids were good, and I'm going to go into their actual ISD station scores in just a little bit so we can kind of look to see what those were. But I felt like the students really, we didn't have any behavior issues or anything like that. So for the end of course, we had 16 students who showed up for English 1, English 2, we had 10. Algebra 1, we had 21. Biology, we had 9. U.S. History, we had 3. And then credit recovery, we had 15. And those were 1 teacher per subject. We did alternate. So for example, like the biology was only 9 students and U.S. History was only 3. What we would do is we would send the teacher to U.S. History, and then they would come and then they would cover credit recovery for the second half. And then while that teacher was in credit recovery, we'd send the biology teacher. So it was kind of like an alternating, at 6 courses, we had 5 teachers. So we had to mess with the schedule a little bit there to make sure, we fit the students. And then we had, of course, some students that had all 5 tests. We had some students that had 4. We had a student that had 2. So we kind of had to mess with their schedules. Those were a little bit more on the personalized level because we had to look at each of them individually and look to see, okay, this student needs English 1 and Algebra 1, or this student needs English 1 and U.S. History. And that's how that went for the end of course and the counts. Any questions on the counts?
The number, like on the 8th graders and below, the number that you have there is the Lexile number.
No, that's just the student counts. That's just the.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're on the next grade?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yes.
Great.
Yes, those are the Lexile counts, yes. So on this next slide, here we have the iStation Lexile reports, and since our summer school program was more of a literacy program this year, we focused a lot on the literacy. The teachers were using the Amplify material. I provided you with the reading iStation scores here because, again, our focus was the literacy portion of the summer school program. So for kinder, at their pre-test, they averaged a beginning reader of 395, and by the end, they were at a beginning reader of 320. So they did grow about 75 lexile. Again, beginning reader is the negative, so you kind of subtract those two numbers, and that's the difference. The closer we are to 0 when beginning reader, the better they are. In first grade, we had a beginning reader of 160, and in the post-test, we had 155, so we did grow about 5 points there. On their second grade iStation, we had a pre-test of 50, post-test of 55, so we did grow 5 there as well. Pre-test 435, post-test was 445, which is increasing about 10. For fourth grade, we had pre-test of 455, a post-test of 465, which again was an increasing of 10. Fifth grade iStation 415, a post-test of 463, which is an increase of about 48. And one thing I do want to note about the students that did come to summer school, we didn't invite the top tier students. We invited those students who were right almost on the verge of passing. So these students, that's why you might see some grade levels that increase pretty well, some that increase by 5 or 10. It's just because of that group of students that we did kind of invite our more struggling readers, so that way we can hopefully get them to grade level for the next school year. Sixth grade iStation, we had a pre-test of 495. We increased that by about 20 to 505. Seventh grade, we had a pre-test about 745. We increased it by about 80 to 825. And eighth grade, we had a pre-test of 680 lexiles and the post-test of 685, which increased it to about 5. For high school...
I have a question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, sir.
So the post-test are all the students that finish the summer program?
Yes, it's the student, yeah, it's the same group of students. Yeah, so, well, unless they but we didn't kick anybody out.
I know some...
Yeah, some that might have shot. What we actually did this year is we used to administer it on the last day, but we know that the parents know that if they save their absence, they don't have to show up the last couple of days. So what we did is we administered it that week before, so that way we could try to get as many as we could. And I believe we got the majority. I want to say about 95% of the students we got them to test again. Okay, for the EOC participation of Ken, the goal there is we're giving the students another opportunity to test. We had English 1, we had 28 students show up to test. English 2, we had 20 students show up to test. Algebra, we had 18. Biology, we had 6. And U.S. history, we had the 3 that didn't pass. We got our scores a little while ago. So I'll share those with Ms. Briones, and then once we get those clear, I will bring them to you so you can see them. For high school, on top of the EOC, we also award credits for credit recovery for students who may have been absent throughout, may not have been awarded credits due to absences, or they didn't pass the course, things like that. And we were able to recover 27 credits. So it's 27, I don't want to say students, because it's not students, because some students accrued more than 1. But a total of 27 credits were recovered in summer school via Edgenuity. And then we did have one student pass a credit by exam without prior instruction. So he was awarded a credit for a course that he hadn't taken, and he received the credit for that by credit by exam. Other than that, I mean, do we have any questions on summer school or?
Based on the, Ms. Bernes, based on the amount that we have budgeted, did we have any leftover money?
Minimal,
Minimum.
minimal, yes. Minimal. We're waiting for Mr. Velasquez to give us we're waiting for Brenda, actually. Give us the final.
So is that a
But
quick,
nothing significant.
for the EOC, there was about 80 students. We recovered 27
Well,
credits.
those are different students.
Different students.
So the EOC, the testing, those are students who did not pass the test in the spring. The credits by recovery, those are students who maybe passed the test. For example, majority of them actually were physics courses, so physics doesn't have an EOC, but so like they didn't pass the actual course to get their credit for graduation.
Of these EOC participants, all these are the ones that passed?
Those are the ones that tested. We haven't got received scores yet. We barely got the scores literally like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Those-
So once we get those scores, we can report those to the board.
More questions?
Are you going to state next year?
Yes, of course, sir. All righty, thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
Moving to what?
Informational items.
We're gonna go to the appraisal.
Yes, we are not looking at A because A requires the full bid to be presented to the board. And your packet does not include the full bid. So we're moving on to B. Zavala Central Appraisal District 2526. This is just their adopted budget and their calendar. Again, this is just for information. And for item C, the MOU between CCISD and Camino Real. Again, this is an annual renewal between Crystal City and Camino Real for behavioral health support. And then for D, we have the MOU between Southwest Texas College and Crystal City ISD to provide a well-being technology program for adult community members. And that's informational.
Before we adjourn, do we have on the board, a delegate or who represents us in TESP?
No.
That's the next recommendation for the next meeting.
I applied.
The board has to,
I filled it out and we got the,
yes, I received the notice. It has to come before the board.
yeah, I filled it out though, just to make sure
We can put it on the agenda for July 28th.
Well, I just received
Yeah, the award notice.
of $9,000.
Correct.
For whoever's gonna be our delegate, pay for travel
Correct.
and all that.
So before we accept the funds, we have to put it through board action. The board has to approve the delegate. And then,
Okay,
yes.
so we can-
Sure.
The text, yeah.
Yes, we know that it's due. Yes,
So,
yes, we are aware. Yes, sir. Yes,
You're saying that if we don't submit it, we're gonna have
correct. Yes, sir.
problems, so.
The business department takes care of that. Yes, sir.
Yes, we're not discussing anything having to do with this memorandum, the Southwest Texas College?
This is for a welding. No, this is approved already.
Okay.
This is for, it's an adult program.
It's already approved? It's already approved? It's gonna be offered here at the school?
Yes, because we have the welding facility.
If not, then, we have adjournment. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Espinoza, before we adjourn, can we welcome Mr. Muniz?
Oh, yeah.
Before we adjourn, since people are still here. Mr. Muniz, you want to approach the podium? Board, this is Ismael Muniz. He is our newly hired band director. Mr. Muniz?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Thank you very much for having me here. I know it's a late night for everybody.
Thank you for staying.
Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Mr. Ismael Muniz, music educator. I've been a music educator for, I think this would be about my 15th year. I've had the privilege to work on different stages in music, including marching band, the marching arts, mariachi, different things. They've all been very exciting. I don't think none nearly as exciting as the opportunity to work here in this district with this program. This program has a long history of success, a long history of pride. My goal here tonight and throughout my time with these kids is to bring that pride back and get those ratings back. So thank you very much for having me. Yes, sir.
Were you here 2 years ago?
I was, yes, sir.
You were here, right?
Yes, sir.
Working under which band director?
As an assistant band director, yes, sir.
Yeah, but who was your?
Mr. Posada, Mr. Victor Posada.
Oh, you already know Christopher.
Yes, sir, I do. I know the kids.
I'm glad to have you here, sir.
Thank you very much.
You have taken some headaches.
Just a few.
From what I understand, I'm here to work for you guys, so hopefully we can.
None of you us, right?
We will support you.
Thank you very much. That's going to be very important. Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Muniz, I would like to let you know that we did hire an additional assistant director today. We already had hired an existing one.
Okay.
I do believe that based on our conversations, we have a full band program as of tonight. Thank you to the board for approving our recommendations. I know you and I had a conversation earlier today. How soon can we start with practice? Because I know that the school community, is concerned about beginning with practices.
I drove in from San Antonio a couple hours ago. I got a bag full of clothes, so we can start tomorrow. We can start meeting the kids. We can start doing inventory, meeting the parents, and getting the ball rolling. So.
Okay, so Mr. Moreno will put a notice out.
I already have it ready.
Already have it ready.
I already have it ready. I'm just waiting for the picture.
Okay. Question?
It's been with that picture since,
Yeah, he's been waiting.
I've been waiting.
All right.
thanks a lot, I mean.
Thank you, Mr. Muniz, for.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
We already closed it.
No, we're making a motion.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Hey,
Mr. Espinoza, second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Houston, all in favor? Cruz, 5-0.
No crees, se va a por la es que le dimos la misma.
Break.